remember reading a newspaper clipping about that girl that went missing in Washington, D.C. at that time, and I remember thinking, I'm sure glad I live in Dubuque where that kind of stuff doesn't happen.
Oh,
And that was only like a few weeks before she went missing. And then I remember picking up the newspaper one day and that Kenny Johnson was on the front page. It's been 15 years since he went missing and they hadn't solved the case yet. And I just got this overwhelming feeling like, please God, don't let this be me in 15 years. And here now it's 20.
You never would have thought back then that it'd be this long.
We'll always hope we find her.
Yeah, we always
We'll
gotta
always
keep the
be
hope and the
searching,
faith.
always
Yeah.
looking. I look at people in the face when I walk by to see if it's her.
Yeah, I've tried to imagine what
Anytime-
she would look like now, too.
Anytime I hear the word Crystal or the name Crystal, you know,
It
it's
Yeah.
wax up. It's been 20
Deep down
years.
inside you, you pretty much know that something very evil happened to her
Something
that
bad
night.
happened.
You know, something.
So many
Something
emotions
happened.
wrapped up in one.
Yeah.
Because like
It's a nightmare.
Jenny said, you don't want to know the details, but you do.
Yeah.
You want justice no matter what.
Crystal and I watched the fireworks together that year at a friend's house. And when we were leaving there, all I can remember is her looking over at me. And this was a big thing to her. Her car was her baby because she, you know, it was hers.
Sure
it was her
was.
first thing. Everything was handed down for years. So this was her first thing that she had that was all hers. And she looked at me and she goes, you can drive my car anytime. And then I just remember her eyelashes and the smile on her face when she looked at me. And I should have stayed with her that night. Then she had called her boyfriend, and because his brakes were out of his truck, so she was supposed to pick him up, and he got upset that, I don't remember why, that maybe she wasn't on her way or she wasn't there yet. And he said he'd just walk home. So he walked home and she's like, fine, take me back down there. And she went with Mike's fiance, Lori Domer, and they went to Knickers. And then Lori left, and Lori left her with friends or coworkers and my mom. And they left her with the bartender. Because they were going to go to East Dubuque together with Bob Moots. And she had made a phone call to her boyfriend, I guess. This is just what I know from the investigation. She made a phone call to her boyfriend, and he didn't answer, but he called back down there. And I believe
Mootsy said she wasn't there.
she wasn't there at that point, or wasn't there. Yeah,
Crystal
because
Pie said, I'm not here.
they were already. He was already closing and cleaning the bar, and then he turned around, I guess, and she was gone, or went to look for her, and she was gone.
And so when do you guys start finding out or realizing that something is amiss?
Well,
The next
immediately
day.
the next morning when she didn't come and get her car from me, because I took her car home because I didn't want her drinking and driving.
Sure.
I kind of turned it into a mission that I wasn't going to stop until I found somebody who seen
Jenny
her, that
really
she was
did
at
take the
somebody's
lead on
house.
that right
Or
away.
I wasn't giving up.
Some of the rest of us just went like, I know
We
I
were
was
there, but
enraged.
you guys were just
I
so
was
shocked
enraged.
by it. But I don't
Melissa
know.
actually, how she dealt with it, she started a
I was gonna bring it
scrapbook,
over.
a great big book.
was gonna
She
bring it
wrote
over
down
to her
everything
for
we were
that.
doing, every detail, every
Pictures of it all.
newspaper clippings in it. And
Yeah,
yeah, that's
part
how
of
she
it,
dealt with
but
it.
Kevin Klein used to keep, and probably still has, a photo of her.
Kevin
He used to
Klein.
have one on his desk. He's retired now, I
No,
believe.
he's a
but
really nice detective.
he lived this case. Lived it. And I worked very, very closely with him in the beginning. And then as the years went by, the first 2 weeks I don't think I left his office. Unless I was knocking on somebody's door.
Yeah.
Because I literally went to, do you know who was here? And then I found out where they live and went to their house. And said, did you remember seeing this girl last night? Well, yeah, I remember seeing her, but I don't remember her leaving.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
On every, that's how it ended with every story.
True story. Nobody saw her
Every
leave.
single one of
I think that really went on for the first 5 years that we looked nonstop.
them. At least 5 years of it.
Yeah, at least before we kind
And then
of.
it's more of a getting used to it and coping with it type deal.
And I don't know that we ever really get used to it. We just learn how
I'm
to
not
deal with
used
it
to
a
it.
little bit better.
You just coulda, shoulda, wouldas all the way
Yep.
through it.
But we can't, I mean,
Crystal wouldn't want us to,
blame ourselves or anything
yeah,
like
blame
that.
ourselves. We don't sit around and talk about what we heard anymore, thank God.
Yeah.
Not as often. Every once in a great while we do.
Yeah,
but-
because it's getting
Not
new
as
light,
often.
and that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, really
And there
awesome.
is signs up too right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's on my way to
That's-
work. I say good morning to her on my way in and good night on my way out. They
Yeah.
moved it back over by
Yeah, it's up there.
Oh, you can
by
see it.
yeah, High B.
They're
I
trying
like
to
it
keep
where
it
it's at
going
now, then I
through
can
the
see it
4th of
every day.
July.
And so what is your sense of kind of the work that the police have done on this over the year? You know, how-
They've done what they could with what they have.
Mhm.
I mean, they followed up all leads that they could. Maybe we, and I'm excited about this new set of eyes on it too. Because
Yeah.
you keep looking at the same thing over and over, you don't see. Like, I work on Excel sheets a lot. I could stare at it and not see the problem. Somebody comes up and points it out, and I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's why it's
sure.
not working.
But you gotta go on. I mean, you have to go on.
Life goes on.
I didn't think it would, but
Things
you
just
gotta
start,
just go on.
And
Yeah.
we support
I mean,
each other.
She's
Like,
always in
I
our
think
minds.
about her every day.
Always,
Yeah.
yep, always
Every
in our
day.
minds.
instead of just thinking about, I heard this, I heard that, this could have happened to her, that could have happened to her. It's better just to remember the things that you got to enjoy with her while she was here.
Yep. Which was too short of a time.
Way too short, because I feel like I barely got to know her.
And you wonder what she'd be like right now too.
Yeah.
Because we've all changed so
Yeah.
much.
So much, so much.
You know, there's kids and great grandkids now,
Yeah.
She
And
loved
grandkids and
kids.
She would be in
grandkids.
heaven right
She
now.
loved kids.
My kids are putting out kids now. I mean, she would be
Like,
in
yeah,
heaven.
there's three new great nieces and nephews.
She was a sweetheart. She was just blossoming. That's the only way I can express it.
And she doesn't deserve for this to keep being unsolved like this. She deserves
Right. And there is somebody that does know something because
not
she didn't
just for
vanish
us,
by
but
herself.
for her too. She didn't vanish on her own. She was a great person, and everybody watched her back. You never know, this could be you.
Yeah, maybe they'll
Everyone
do it
needs to
again.
be safe. Definitely. I want that
It's
to
not-
be safe.
It's
not
not
fun.
solved, so maybe the person that did it will do it again.